And now, The Bonfire with Big J. Oakerson and Dan Soder.
Hey, everybody.
Why are you doing that?
Because it's The Bonfire. And it's Comedy Central Radio.
I don't like this one. I don't like this one bit. Big J. Oakerson and I'm Dan Soder. Comedy Central Radio, Sirius XM 95.
Yeah, you pounded it out.
Oh, yeah.
But you didn't hold back at all. You just gave it the biz.
Oh, my God.
Did you already pour some, Lou?
I don't know how much you drink, so.
We're celebrating Jacob's Alive. So
Jacob's alive!
Yeah.
Jacob's alive!
Jacob Batat having successful surgery. Also, Mike Finoia's dog having successful surgery.
Oh, well, that really dehumanizes Jacob. Just to
Big
follow real
day
quick
for
with the
all
dog.
mammals.
Mammal.
All mammals we know. Oh, any excuse to find some PJ in there.
I've been waiting 3 years to play this.
Yeah.
I don't want to jump into anything too much because I believe momentarily we have a guest coming in that we were able to, again,
Which
the powers that be at Sirius XM, they didn't think of this out of the gates, but through begging and pleading and literally luring her in with playing her own music at full volume.
We'll say that if she comes on.
Yeah. Well,
Don't give the pop away yet.
you got it. That's fair enough. But anyway, we believe we have a fun guest
It
coming.
might be a fun guest. Maybe not. It'll be a real weird Lost Tapes regardless.
By the way,
because
if
a
not-
week from Thursday, there's a Lost Tapes episode. Obviously, Live from Moon Tower airs this Thursday, tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern. Next Thursday, there will be a Lost Tapes. Well, you'll hear kind of the genesis of if this guest comes
what
on.
might happen here. But I will say what's fucking hilarious is that if she doesn't come back in,
Yeah.
what just happened to us is hilariously
Fanboy? Like Hollywood?
Like hot chick.
Oh,
Who goes,
yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm just gonna go take some pictures and I'll be right
Oh my
back.
God, baby! He's just a friend of mine.
And now me and you
You're
are back-
acting crazy, and you're like, okay, cool.
Me
Well,
and
I'm just
you
gonna
were-
sit here and have a drink. So I'll be right.
Me and you were back waiting for Daddy to pick us up
Yeah.
again. Like, he's coming. He's coming.
You just keep trying to have a conversation with me, Jay, and I keep looking at the window. I'm like, oh, no, I don't think so.
Oh, some headlights. That definitely looks like nope.
Nope, it's not her.
Nope.
Wait, is someone? I think someone. No, I thought someone was going to the other studio.
I mean,
So,
I hope it happens so bad.
I'm more jealous that you got a phone call last night from one Jacob Patat.
I did indeed. Jacob, straight out of coma.
Give me the phone.
Straight out of anesthesia calls.
which,
First he calls.
By
and
the
goes,
way, I don't even know if the anesthesia worked at this point with the opioids circling through that guy's blood.
well, here's funny. He just called right away, and he goes, "Hey guys," and she goes, "Hey, you're on speaker with me and Jay," and he goes, can I call you back?
That's what.
And we were like, sure. He's like, can I just call you back? And I'm like, yeah, sure.
Okay.
Like, you called us, buddy.
Yeah.
And then didn't for like an hour.
Sorry, I was getting my dick sucked by a candy striper.
An orderly came in and plugged away.
I just got real after it. I'm in a 1950s hospital. It's all morphine.
So,
So he called. He said he's going to call you back, and then.
then he did about an hour later, he texted Christine and goes, can I just call you? I need to hear a voice I know.
What?
And then, and then he
God,
called.
that breaks my heart.
I know.
It was adorable. It was adorable. And then he called,
Oh my God.
and we got on the phone with him, and he was like, Christine, all right, never mind. I can't say my idea.
Hey, Christine, they need you outside. I think you're in trouble.
Oh, she's getting fired.
What, that guy looks like security.
It's Jared
It's
Fox.
Jared Fox. Used to be on Stern Show.
Oh, yeah.
He was in the meeting.
Yeah. All right. I already got my glasses on, man. I haven't had my LASIK.
I know.
I haven't had my fucking laser
You
eyes.
are so ready for up. You know what? What are you shushing me for?
Shushing a radio show?
I feel. Should I finish this Jacob story or?
Yeah.
Okay. Jacob.
Yeah.
Then calls back and goes, hi. And he was, everything I said that made him laugh, he'd go, and I go, they got you all doped up nice, huh? He goes,
I guess.
not the good stuff like you give me, but I got some of that waiting at home.
Yes, you better watch. Now's not when to worry.
Wait, don't be mean to who?
Her.
Which the main, because it
The
says
girl coming in.
it says a publicist
Both of
said
them
don't be
asked
mean
that.
to me.
Both of them asked that.
Mean? Come on, we are going to be funny, but yes.
But where does dumb think funny it goes mean?
Dan, you're overthinking it, man. Listen, nothing in me wants this guest to storm out of here, but if they do, come on. Hilarious, but there's no reason to. But there's no reason to because Black Lou's
real quick.
Black Lou's got Black Lou has questions out the wazoo. Did you really just rip into it now? Really now? That's crazy.
No,
that's absolutely nuts.
Shut up. Hey, Jay, look at me.
You should your goddamn mouth. But anyway, long story short, Jacob is alive and well.
Jacob's fine, and I didn't fart.
All right. I mean, tell that to
all of us who recognize that smell.
Yeah, you guys know it because you know me.
You know my jam.
You know what kind of bark I'm putting out there?
You're lucky.
You guys know my Steve. Christine is enamored.
How great would it be if she just walked by and flicked Christine on the forehead?
Oh, it'd be so great. Hey, Tubbs.
hey, fullback.
What, are you busting the hole through this line for me?
I mean,
great.
This makes the Lost Tapes next week.
So fun. Oh, yeah.
Well, fuck it.
Oh, yeah. So it makes the Lost Tapes wildly great.
This might have just,
Is she bailing?
Did she smell that fucking fart?
Oh, no, did my fart scare her away?
Blew her away.
Hang on, Christine keeps typing us messages.
It's like she's the Ghost Rider. Remember Ghost Rider? The actual show Ghost Rider?
Why does she have to type?
Yeah, I remember that.
I forgot about the one thing. I won't do that. I won't mention that. And that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. That's easy enough.
Wow. And then you listen to the Lost Tapes and you're like...
That's later's problems.
That's yesterday. That's tomorrow's problem.
That's next week's issue.
I get that.
You're not going to be mean, right, Jay?
Liam, what the fuck? What kind of reputation do we have?
She walked away and said they're not going to be mean to me, right? Now,
On my life. We're not going to be mean. We're going to have fun. We're going to be funny. We want to be funny and have fun.
I mean, I understand we're the kids by the dumpsters, but
Listen, I think we know the bullet points, and we're not gonna we're not trying to park it. We just want to have some fun with a beautiful celebrity.
I did fart.
You really did fart. I mean, if that's the meanest thing you could have done.
I think it's gone. It's dissipated.
That's the meanest thing you could have done was fart. I mean, they are really this is. By the way, I want you to know, if you're a fan of the show, I know we don't really get political or too heated in fights. We had a few skirmishes in the show, but ultimately, it's just to make you guys laugh. But man, we are punk rock in this fucking building. I mean, holy shit, dude!
If you know
that is 3 talent people just came in here. We're like, you guys are gonna be cool, right? Like, what the fuck do you think we are?
If you've listened to me since Bobby Kelly's, you know what, dude? You know he used to call me Corporate Dan.
Yeah.
So for the corporation to come in here and go, guys, I'm being dead honest. Are you gonna fucking be mean? And we're like, no, we're gonna be funny. And they're like, what does that mean?
You feel like they're coming at me with that, maybe?
I think they're coming at you, and I think they're coming at us.
Black Lou's going to change the whole vibe of the room to light it up so you can take pictures of a
you
white
might as well
girl.
light candles. You might as well light candles and put on some fucking Luther Vandross.
Nice.
We are going to have to talk to her about how we've been asked to not be mean to her so many times.
Yeah, which is probably a thing for her.
Yeah.
He goes, my first question is, can I just look at you? I don't want to announce.
Are you doing product placement?
Look at Lou. He is setting the joint up.
I've never seen Lou. I've never seen.
Lou, you know what'd be really funny? Start tarping off the chair and the entire area. She's like, we're going to kill her.
This is like head
Dexter?
white girl coming in.
The head white girl?
Yeah,
I
she's
think
like-
there's a lot of white girls that are going to resent you saying that.
No, there's not.
Well, some of them like maybe.
Chief white girl?
Chief white girl?
No.
From the great
Even her TV
hills,
partner.
From the great hills of Beverly, for she comes, the great white lady chief.
Even her TV partner was a half black.
There's some people that have already got who you're talking about.
Oh yeah, I hope so. That's the idea. Look at Lewis straightening up.
I mean,
I
this
can't wait
is-
to talk about all of this.
Yeah, that's mostly what we're going to talk about. He's like, hey.
Hey,
nice-
hey,
I bet he's going to call. I bet he's going to introduce himself as Lewis. He's like this. How you doing? I'm Lewis. I'm Lewis Johnson. One of the producers of this radio show. And trust me, baby girl, they ain't going to be mean.
Lewis is lint brushing.
You too fine to be mean. Anyways, come on in.
Oh shit! Look, he's using his wave brush.
Oh,
Fucking Lou's getting his waves on.
Wow.
Make sure my waves is tight. He's gonna start talking extra black for it too.
Oh,
Yo,
yeah.
baby girl, I'm saying.
I don't go out to Cali much.
You been fine.
You've been fine.
You been fine.
So are they putting her in a fucking ET suit?
She's coming in an outbreak costume.
Don't be mean.
Don't be.
Three talent people.
I mean, 3 talent talent people now have asked us not to be mean.
I think there's I still think there's a chance she doesn't come on the show.
Oh, there is. She saw us for a second, by the way, and said saw us for a second, and when she left, said, "Tell them not to be mean to me."
Well, I think it's just because a lot of people like to be mean to her.
Oh, do they? That's weird. I'll tell you what, I'm not that confrontational.
Could you also find a better sentence to be rummaging around your person while you say that? Where she goes, well, some people are mean to her. Thanks, mom lesson. Christine, your fucking purse.
Christine, go check on her.
Well, sometimes, I bet she's gone. She's fucking.
She might be gone, but go check on her so we can find out.
She's Patrick Swayze.
She sways.
She sways. Oh, dude, I love Black Lou straightening up the place. He goes, oh, man, yeah.
He tidied up.
That's home away from home. That's where I do most of my work.
Oh, this, I figure this is going to be where I spend all my time. I'm a workaholic. I figure it's probably be the way it should be,
Is she on your hall pass, Black Lou? Like, would your wife, if she was like, I'll bang you? We can't.
Yeah.
Yeah?
100%.
Oh, good.
The queen.
Yeah. Christine just goes out there and just gets killed. Oh my God!
It's a queen, heiress. Correct?
Yeah.
Is that considered like that'd be considered an heiress?
As an honors, I wonder if I can ask her as an honors member if she can bump me up a couple.
Now I got my True Blue card here. I do.
Dude, I really should ask. Can we try to get bumped
I got
up?
my True Blue card.
I'm gonna write down my honors member number. So I mean, we might as well go for it, right?
No,
as Rocky
not
says.
yet. Not yet.
What do you mean, go for it?
What do you mean? Oh, see if we can get hooked up?
Yeah.
Oh, without a doubt. We should definitely do that.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see.
By the way, this is where the show doesn't get mean. It just gets...
look.
Nice. I got mine at home.
I got mine right here. That's called thinking ahead.
But I got my number right motherfucking here.
Yeah.
I think right now, Christine's being told.
By the way, this is this woman's entire life. Is she has a bunch of people in a room waiting for her, going like, "She's gonna come, you think?
Yeah.
She's gonna show up? Is she gonna show up?"
She lives like Santa Claus.
She hugged Big Lou.
I mean, that's a big deal.
How'd you feel? How you feeling?
How's she smell? Oops.
Pushing denim.
Yeah, ripping
I
through it. I bet.
Oh, I bet, man. For
Someone's
sure,
about to go
pushing denim.
full Bruce Banner on his pants.
I mean, no shit, for sure. That was nice.
I still think the Lost Tapes is even better now.
Really, I'm wingman, Lou, on that one. Because when the music, I said he knows your whole catalog. That was a big deal.
That was a huge deal.
So here's what we found out about our mystery guest. Stern used to do mystery guest. It was rare, but we've given you clues now. The mystery guest hugged Black Lou because he knew her music. Me and Dan would like to give our reward points to get extra value when we check in to a hotel.
That gives it away.
Shut up.
You shut up.
She worked on TV with a half black. What else?
You said heiress, so that
heiress.
That gave it away.
No, it didn't.
It's just funny that this many talent people.
All right, everybody, you got it. It's Jamie Lynn Ramada of the Ramada Inn.
It's
Jamie Lynn Ramada.
Sophia La Quinta. The La Quinta.
And she is a slut.
Yeah.
the La Quinta girl is definitely a whore.
Yeah, I don't think this is happening. I think Christine's getting talked down right now.
No, I know these guys, and they're not.
Can I tell you this right now?
Do it.
I have to rip ass so bad.
Damn.
I know.
Please.
I know.
Although,
Dude, Lou just gave me the face. Like, please don't.
Can I tell you something? Dude, I swear to you, I promise you this right now.
Yeah.
I will go downstairs on one of our breaks. If you, in the middle of her talking, stay on the chair like you did before and fart into the microphone, I'll give you $300.
All right.
It's all good, Christine? Mm-hmm. When is it happening?
Now I just got to write some plug stuff down.
Oh.
Play her song, so make her happy.
Oh, yeah. Well, you'll play it when she comes in.
What back to this money for farting?
If you fart in the microphone, I'll give you $300.
5.
5?
5.
It's too rich.
All right.
I thought 3 was ridiculous, and you were going to say, of course, yes.
Black Lou's is shaking his head like, don't do such a thing.
He does not want you to do it.
No. I just want it to go well so that we can get her back maybe, or get some of her friends, or maybe other huge guests.
I'll finally get Henry Winkler, which everyone gets besides us.
All right.
I love that. All right.
Hello.
Jared.
Hi.
Oh, hi.
Welcome to the
Black
Bonfire.
Lou, walk her over. Be a producer.
Joining the Bonfire, Paris Hilton, everybody.
Yeah.
We have been vetted by like several talent people to not be mean.
too.
Absolutely.
You
It's
better
okay.
not.
We're not going to be mean.
I'm sweet, so I wouldn't
Well-
deserve it.
We assume nothing less.
Yeah. And let us tell you about how excited our producer Lou was that you were coming in here, that he tidied up the studio like we've never seen before.
Aw, thank you.
Gotta get it right, you know?
Well, it looks very beautiful.
You gave him a hug. It blew his goddamn mind.
Yeah.
Yes.
We thought we were going to have to pick him up off the floor. He got hit with the vapors. Let's get down to business. Hilton Honors member.
True blue. Now,
Anything
Love
you can
it.
do about this? Or
can I get bumped up to like a gold, or I think
can
I'm just
hook
sitting here
you
on
up.
silver?
Yes!
I knew it. Good friends to make.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Yeah. That was the toughest question I had to get out. So I'm glad it's out. I'm just.
That was the big one. Yeah, well, you are very well protected, and that's a good thing, I guess, because the talent department never gives us any guests.
At all.
We saw you in there talking to Fat Jewish. We made our judgments, and then we were like, we'd love to talk to Paris Hilton, and then we begged everyone in the building, and then everyone involved in that ladder came to us and went, "You're going to be cool, right? Don't throw under the bus. No this, no that." We're like, "Yes, man, we're fine."
I didn't realize we were the outdoor dogs of Sirius till now.
They were telling me not to do it because I was only supposed to be here for this, but I said, oh my goodness, they're so sweet. They're playing my song.
Yeah.
They seem so nice, and I trust them.
Well, thank you.
So here I am.
And the story behind playing the song was Lou, as we've said, knows your entire catalog, celebrates it, and
Thank
he
you.
told us there was a song with Jada Kiss, and so we were playing it, and it worked. The siren call worked, guys.
It's
We were
old
also
school.
we also had a blast just doing our own lyrics to drunk text. That was fun. Just an instrumental.
We did our own lyrics.
We would be texting way different things than you, it turns out.
Yeah.
Hey, can you make sure you DVR wrestling? It's just a drunk text.
They're not delivering anymore. I'll walk to the bodega and get a sandwich.
What brings you to New York, Paris? Are you doing, this is all a promotional tour for new album, I heard.
Yes, my new album, my new song, I Need You. Also for BeautyCon, I just released my 24th fragrance, my new skincare line, and my new makeup line. And I'm also here for the premiere of my film at Tribeca Film Festival called The American Meme.
That's like 8 things. That's.
I keep it busy. I'm traveling on a plane 250 days a year. I'm a girl boss.
Do you have your own plane? How
I
is
wish.
that? You don't have your own plane?
Well, because all the clients just send me planes, so.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Oh,
that's still.
I was like,
Being a smart
I want to
businesswoman.
go like this. Are you
I was going to
Delta
say,
or
Kid Rock's got a
United?
fucking plane.
Yeah.
That guy drinks Schlitz.
Which isn't bad.
Not bad.
Wait, so they send you a plane for you to go there?
It depends on the client.
All right. Well, take note, Comedy Connection in Providence.
I've never, my one private jet ride ever was Amy Schumer had to yell at a person to let me on. I had to go tackling on the end. I go, "Can I come too?" I was on the show.
It was the same way that Paris came on this show. You got to go on the plane where you go, "Are you going to be mean?
Yeah.
Are you going to be mean in the sky, Jay?"
Everyone's gonna be cool. You're not gonna make me move around the different seats because I'm fat and I have to check the balances of this plane. Are
Pilot
you?
comes out flustered. Everyone go to the left.
Could we? You have two. I mean, everyone in this room obviously is a fan, but you have two enormous fans in this room. And Christine, my girlfriend, that could change if you're open. My girlfriend Christine, who was over there, and of course Black Lou, our other producer, who is just. I mean, he said he has a bunch of questions. We vetted them. He's heard the whole mean rap. So Lou, if you please, fire your questions away.
Hi, Paris. How are you?
Amazing.
Man, this is getting close to that Logic clip where he goes,
Tell you.
"I have two questions.
Are you gonna cry?
Hey, can I have a hug?"
Do you have the drop, Lou? This is the best.
Can I have a hug? Can I have a hug, please? Can I have a hug?
Lou, Black Lou, what's your question?
I'm just really excited for your album coming out. You announced it on February 14th, Valentine's Day. It's going to be a little bit different. It's going to be deep electronic. Can you tell me a little bit more about it and what you're excited for?
Oh, Lou's trying to get a job on Entertainment Tonight.
That wasn't bad.
I love all types of music, and after living in Ibiza the past 5 summers for my DJ residency, I just get so inspired by that music, and I wanted to make more of a dance album because my first album was very pop. But I love all types, so it's going to be a mixture of everything.
How do you get a residency? Like, who do you go through to get a residency? Because I want to get like a residency.
She has to work her way through the ranks, Dan, and really sit and hustle and start.
I've been doing this from the beginning. I was the one who invented basically getting paid to party.
Really?
Back when the Palms opened, before I was even 21.
Do you know Andrew Schultz?
I know everyone, but basically I was the one before there was DJs, and I love music, and now I get to perform all around the world. It's the most incredible feeling. Like,
A residency in Ibiza's got to be pretty cool. What's like the hours of that? Like that's like a job to some degree.
I get there around like midnight. I have to do meet and greets, interviews, photo shoots. Then 4 a.m. another meet and greet. Then I start DJing from 4 to 6 a.m. and then 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. spraying foam on the crowd.
Really? You work like midnight to 8 a.m. like a coal miner?
Yeah. You have garbage man. You have garbage man hours.
Yeah, she's got a lunchbox that's a tin with wax paper sandwiches. She's like, I gotta hit that. I did 5 summers in Ibiza. I got the black lung. You know what it's like spraying foam from 6 to 8 a.m. Watch a bunch of slicked up
I work my ass off all day, and I got to come home to this shit.
But then I am working all day as well, so it's.
I believe. I mean, like you endorse 1,000 products. You have your fragrances. You have
19
skincare
product
line.
lines.
I mean, that's an insane schedule. And Ibiza of all. What are you doing during the day when you're in Ibiza? Sleeping, I guess.
Photo shoots, interviews, hanging out with my fans. Just.
I have a question.
I'm so lazy.
It's such a bigger
I'm
scale.
not lazy at all.
I know, I'm lazy. I'm listening to all this and I'm like, I would
I
just
don't
do
stop.
one of those things. When do you sleep?
Thank God you're not beautiful,
on
Dan.
planes.
If you were beautiful, you'd be fucked.
Yeah, like, I gotta work so much.
I'm half unicorn, so I have a lot of energy.
Okay, so delirium does take effect after enough sleep is lost. I got it.
Exactly.
Is there like you can sleep on planes that well?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably, Dan. She's 100,
Oh wait, I'm exhausted,
101
so of
pounds.
course I can sleep.
She can
When
sit,
it's the only time you can sleep.
she can sit in a
take
coach
advantage.
middle seat like this and take up no space. I'm
mean,
sure she does fine.
I flew middle to Austin and it was brutal.
Christine almost had us flying middle to Austin, and we almost broke up at the airport for her not fixing that problem.
Would you ever fly a middle seat? What's the...
I don't care. I'm not spoiled.
Okay. See, because I think like you have all these jobs, and I think if I had any of that kind of money, I'd be like, I want to do nothing. But then you're right. It just means nothing.
I don't have to work or do any of this. I really do it because I love it. Success is something that drives me in life. I was really, growing up, my parents always instilled that work ethic in me, and I always wanted to make them proud and build my own name and be independent and never have to ask for anything from anyone. So it feels incredible to, have created an empire like this, and now, next step in my life is having my own family and giving them the best life possible. It's the best feeling ever. I feel really just lucky.
Well, I feel really
absolutely.
lucky that you're going to get us bumped on Hilton Honors members.
Yeah.
I'd like to notice that we're both wearing knuckle gloves. And I guess my first question
Winning.
is, why are you jocking my style? It's probably the other way
They're
around.
so hot.
Thank you.
They're my DJ gloves.
Fuck yeah, I have no DJ skills. I did ruin my mom's Commodores albums when I was younger, though, just scratching them on an actual turntable. Turns out you're not supposed to do that. I was not wearing the glove. I was playing Juice.
It doesn't count unless you had the gloves on.
With the fucking Commodores. Lou, your follow-up question?
I do. I read that Katy Perry influences your music a lot, and I wanted to hear a little bit about that.
I love Katy Perry. I think that she's just so talented. I love all her lyrics. She was actually just at my house for a surprise birthday I threw for my fiance. It was so sweet, and we had so much fun just like hanging out in my doggy mansion, and just like, I don't know, I just love her. She's just beautiful inside out, and I'm a huge fan of her.
By the way, when you said fiance, Black Lou's just fell into his ass. I mean, everything.
I just heard his heart
broke
break. You could hear it over the microphone. He went like this. He went, he's a lucky guy.
I hope you guys are happy together. Oh,
so
this is harder than I thought it was going to be.
Do you think this is really going to go all the way? This is really going to go all the way.
When he went full-blown sing-away FEMA goes, so I guess that hug meant nothing to you before. Okay, that's cool. Fine, you're seeing somebody. Maybe you mentioned that before you hug a guy.
But I did bring you a present. I have some of my Gold Rush for men. And for you, I have my Rosé Rush for women.
Oh, Christina, his eyes just lit up.
I'm so excited right now.
So I hope it makes up for
She's
it.
never going to use it because she's going to stare at it and go, like, actually what she's going to probably do is take your fingerprints off it with that weird tape thing and try to break into something that requires a fingerprint identification.
I am a
Or
criminal
make
mastermind.
clones.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's, I mean, the E channel is what's always in my house when I come home. Christine is attached to it. So she is, again, like I said, a huge, huge fan. Any parting questions, Lou? I know we have to let her get out of here. She's very busy. What are you doing? You have a crazy night in New York planned?
I don't stop. Right after this, I'm actually going to an art studio because I am doing a couple pieces right now for my art show. And
you are
you
making
a spy? This sounds like all these jobs sound like covers for spy stuff.
I'm a spy. I work for the FBI, but don't tell anyone.
And it's smart. It's smart that they put you out there and got you famous, and then you're like Paris Hilton, and she's just going around murking people.
I really feel like there's nothing she hasn't. She goes, then I have to go to the finals of a karate tournament at Chelsea Piers.
She's living the Judah Freelander life. Judah Freelander life.
I was on the ice hockey team all through high school.
Were you really?
Mm-hmm. A lot of people don't know. I'm actually a huge tomboy. I love jumping out of planes.
It doesn't read that way.
Surfing.
She goes Krav Maga.
Because everyone sees me on a red carpet
Of
in
course.
a party. I'm not going to be like surfing and
You wouldn't have, like,
skydiving into a some
ice
event.
hockey.
Ice hockey, yeah.
No shit.
In Canterbury and Connecticut.
Can you skydive into your next red carpet?
That'd be so dope. but-
Yep. Paris Hilton's new movie, The American Meme, premieres this Friday, April 27th at the Tribeca Film Festival, and her new song, I Need You, is out now. iTunes and other places. Paris, thanks for coming on. I hope
Thank you
mean.
so much.
I love you guys.
Were we
I'll be
not
back
mean?
soon. No, you're so sweet.
So if you come back to New York, you got to come back on our show and have some fun with us a little bit longer, yeah?
I promise.
Awesome. I'm going to take that as a thing. And if you could just validate this for my
100.
Hilton's thing.
Yeah, again, I just let me know who I leave my honors number with. I'm in Providence this weekend.
Just let me know somewhere in the chain of command where I can get this bumped up to maybe some platinum status or something. It'd be fantastic.
Free bottles of water. We're going to take our first break. We'll be right back. It's the Bonfire.
Yes.
And now, back to the Bonfire with Big J. Oakerson and Dan.
Well, everyone's smitten. It's official. Even Christine is a little soggy in the draws on that one. It was, man, she is hot.
So I said on the commercial break, it's like seeing a shark in person.
When you
get that close, you're like, whoa!
It's the Bonfire. Comedy Central Radio, Sirius XM 95.
I've never really had a crush on her or had anything for her, and then you get in the room with her, you're like, you are crazy hot.
She's crazy hot. How old is she now?
She's like, I think
30?
we're like the same age. She's
30,
like
32?
33, yeah. 32, 33.
She is
good for her.
Hot. And if you're when you listen to the
She's
Lost
37.
tapes,
you
no.
Yeah,
you're
80. I thought she was.
saying
I thought
there's a
she was older than me. She's 37.
She looks unfucking believable for 37.
She's hotter than most 20-year-olds.
Yeah, man. Jesus.
I mean, we called it. You'll hear it on the Lost tapes, but we called it. We said the second she was going to come in, we're going to be. But I mean, we got vetted three times.
She knows, look, in the world, she knows that she had a sex tape that came out, and what we do on the Lost tapes is pretty funny. We're all very uncomfortable with it, but what we did was really, really funny.
But you called it on the Lost tapes because you go watch.
I do.
You're gonna hear because the Lost tapes we're playing obviously live from Moon Tower Comedy Festival this Thursday, 6 to 8 p.m. You get to hear the show that we did live from Anton's. Next Thursday, a week from this Thursday, you'll hear the Lost tapes where the Paris Hilton genesis happened.
We saw her through the porthole, and chaos ensued in here. But I think, I look. She said she'd love to come back sometime, so I'd love to have her back.
So did Redman. So did Redman.
Look, listen, she might not come back, but I tell you what, if
and
she does come back,
Redman. No offense.
If she does come back, she wouldn't have a problem doing this. She wouldn't have a problem doing this show.
No, what's crazy is at the very end when she was walking out, she was doing the Paris Hilton thing the whole time, but at the very end, she started talking like a normal person.
It was very different.
Yes. It was fucking completely different. It was almost startling.
But
when she was talking about being a tomboy?
No.
At the very end, when she's
standing
leaving,
right here next
when
to
she
me.
was talking about, I mean, fuck it, we can talk about it. She was talking about Opie and Anthony.
Yeah, and how
she goes
shitty they were.
about how they're mean to her, and she goes.
She was just like,
but it was like
voice.
not.
Her voice was like, it's like you get off a plane. That's the last shit you want to deal with. Is like
she's like, I didn't know these guys. I thought we were talking about, and they came at me with something else, and I just didn't like it. And I'm talking to her, and you're like, what the fuck are you? Because for the rest of the time, it was this. Yes, everyone's beautiful.
Well, it's something you have to remember about these girls is that they're
brands.
horses and their brands and their characters.
She is
so
the
every time
brand.
she goes on air, she's a character.
They're just hot Andy Kaufmans. They're all just living their life.
No, characters.
They're definitely not lazy.
Character's the wrong word.
Like,
Character's the wrong word. She's just guarded, of course.
Yeah, but that was. I mean, I guess that's what it was her letting her guard down and talking to Jay and us like we were fucking.
Instead of working the room,
I'll argue. She wasn't working the room. That's exactly what it was. There was like this moment of like I was charmed by it. I was like, oh hi, hey,
yeah.
Fuck.
She goes back into character and goes, "You want a picture too, honey?"
And then Lou goes like this. Fuck yes, I do.
Fuck yeah.
Tore his headphones off.
I'll tell you what.
I literally never take. I've taken a picture with Jay Leno, and I think that's it. And I took a picture of Paris.
Let me tell you something. I found her alluring.
I found her beguiling.
She was. I thought she was sweet. I thought she was like nice enough, and then like she was very cool. Like she was very open. She suggested that you guys take some pictures or something. Like she offered pictures to everybody. She gave Lou and Christine cologne and perfume.
She's a government assassin, so she has to be nice.
She is. She's fucking She's salt.
Yeah, she's like I have to go to an art exhibit, and really she's just going to an arms deal that's going on between the triads and the Russian government.
But we hope to have her back on, man. Could do worse to be friends with Paris Hilton. It's
She
so
looks
funny.
like a young BD Wong.
She does look like a young BD Wong, Ghost of Jacob.
Those ass cheeks.
All right.
She dwells in a world that we'll never understand. Ibiza Club, 5 a.m. does not sound like my kind of party.
Hilarious.
And
All
then,
of that
like,
was
not on drugs or drinking, like working.
that sounds awful.
Yeah, but I'll tell
Why
you
does
what.
that sound awful?
DJ
Am I weird to that?
Did she bring up the DJ residency? Is she saying that? Well, she said like the being paid to party, but did she start the celebrity DJ residency? Because that's interesting.
She kind of started.
Pauly D, benefits off that for sure.
AKA the Guile of Street Fighter.
It's the whole celebutante thing. It was her and Nicole. It was her and her sister started it. Before they came around, it was like they were the first like rich kids.
I should have
They're
asked
like
her.
the first American princesses almost. They're like it's almost like a weird royalty thing.
I want to know what it's like to have money to make people disappear, like really disappear.
Just get somebody out.
Out.
I like it. I wonder if she. I'll tell you what, man. I'm very curious to see if she's such a business, and I think she might be.
Business. She said
on the way out, like, do you have your guys' cards and stuff? Like, we'll send you guys some cologne and perfume and stuff like that. And I wonder if she's going to do that. I feel like she might be that much of an industry that, like, on top of it, where it's like the guy that was next to her or whatever that came in here, or somebody in the ladder of her thing. Yeah, somebody in the ladder of her shit is like on top of stuff like that.
Well, she has assistants.
Like if she says it, you make sure it gets there.
Well, she has assistants.
Look, Christine's like, she can't wait to tweet a picture of her and Paris Hilton
I
together.
tweeted the picture of you guys with her and said we're all totally smitten with Paris Hilton from our Instagram, promoted her movie like a good producer.
Why are you afraid that? Why are you afraid to post a picture with you and her? You think she'd make you look like a fucking wolf?
It's really funny how not like a girl I look next to her.
Is it true? You should have done a picture where you put your arm around her neck.
Yeah.
Sup, Paris?
I should have like duck lipped her, but an angle on myself or something. Jesus Christ!
Wait, didn't she?
Should have duck lipped. That'd have been great. If you. That's what we should duck lipped. Man, we were really smitten with her. I forgot to do anything even like playfully fun with her.
I was worried that I wasn't pulling the trigger on better jokes, like because of the mean thing.
But when you got. I'll tell you what happens when the hot chick comes in the room. It's hilarious. Dan did say something, got her laughing. Yeah. It made me furious. And then I started scurrying and say something funny too. And then she looked at me and was like, and I was like, right?
Oh my God.
This is the kind of humor we just do here on the show. I don't even care. And I laid back.
If you were sickened by us with Paris Hilton on the air,
I agree.
Imagine if Sierra Sky came on the air.
It would be. We'd almost all of our.
Can I also tell you this? We have hot girls stink on us right now. This is where we should strike.
Oh yeah, we could definitely get some hot muff.
And you don't think Sierra Sky doesn't look up to Paris Hilton? And you don't think you'd be grossed out with Sierra Sky on the air, listening to me and Jay go like, "Your modeling stuff is great."
DJ Lou, this is your time. This is your time to strike, buddy.
Fuck, man. You know what? You talk shit about hot people, and I get it. Of
course.
But when you're in the room with one, they are fucking intoxicated.
Yeah, she played us like a fiddle.
What happened, Black Lou?
Fiddle.
Just like you, I have so many questions I wanted to ask now. Like, if we could ask
I don't know Mario Lopez from Extra. You just piped up with the album talk. You go, yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on with the album. What's your favorite popcorn?
You didn't watch him cheat reading all that and looking at her with the eyes. He was going, it came out. You announced it on the 14th of February, Valentine's Day, and it seems like it's an eclectic mix of house music and techno.
So there's like, that's what's weird.
What was the story behind that?
That's what's weird. It's like, I guess where we're going from, like, when she was like, Katy Perry stayed at my house, there was like a ton of jokes where you're just like, you guys just hang out? That's who you hang out with?
Oh, when she said she was a unicorn, I was going to ask her to fuck me and Christine. That's what they call a unicorn in the world of that kind of stuff.
I
looked over Christine, I was like, ooh, oh.
She's gonna say no. We're both gonna have hurt feelings.
We are both gonna have hurt feelings, but the beauty.
What if you would have thrown it out there and it would have happened?
Well, here's how my ego works. When she says no, I make it seem. I'd be like, "Why? Christine's too ugly." I understand. That's how I protect myself.
Actually, no. I'm really into normies. I want to bang regs.
No, what happens?
Oh my god, a regs 3? Yeah.
Actually, what happens in those situations mostly is they go.
It's actually me going to Goodwill.
Is they all go, it's like, I'd like to fuck Christine, but you can't. And then I just get mean.
Wait, did you just make that up, that whole scenario in your head?
No. That's happened a bunch of times with porn stars.
Oh, really?
Bunch of times. They always go, I'd like to fuck Christina, all right, but you can't.
Just grumble off. Wait, what was it? What was that last part? Britney Steele? Or whatever their names are. Their names are always a form of metal and a fucking hot chick name. Angie Plutonium. Or Angie Animanium.
They're also mythical metals.
Dude, Sarah McPants nailed it. She's never coming back. She's a sexy lady, Gary.
No, you're wrong, Sarah. Dude. She's coming back. She really enjoyed our senses of humor.
Sarah, God bless you, because that might be my favorite sentence ever tweeted. She's a sexy lady, Gary.
Do you know what we got to start doing?
Lady Garys. Dude, I've had so many Lady Garys.
Dude, here's what we have to start doing when we get celebrity guests like that in here. We have to make them sit there and make them follow us on Twitter. We should have made Paris Hilton follow us on Twitter in front of us.
She did hang around for a little longer. She wanted to. I don't know. Sell us something.
Yeah, she wanted to be in and out, but she had a good time, man. Hopefully she did. No, Paris Hilton on the Bonfire. Paris Hilton, Red Man.
Did I tell you guys that my ex-girlfriend looks like Paris Hilton, and that's her hero in life?
Wait, she looks like her?
Really?
Well, she tries to look like her with the glasses on.
You're saying she puts on silly glasses?
Oh, come on, don't make fun.
He's trying to patch her back up.
She looks like Paris Hilton if she was sleeping inside of a grizzly bear.
You've never seen her. You don't
I know. That's the joke.
Also, you got to remember that.
I forgot it's a comedy show.
You got to. You also.
Like, no, she was hot.
You got to remember that DJ Lou also left the door open.
Yeah.
You know what? I almost cockblocked this whole thing by turning off her music when she was walking past, but I kept it up.
She never put the headphones on anyway. It didn't matter.
No, but remember how we lured her in? We lured her in the beginning. She's like, "Oh, they're playing my music," and that's what got her in the door.
Oh, yeah?
I was because we were 2 minutes late for starting the show. I was gonna cockblock and go, "All right, enough. This is never gonna happen."
It was important. So
So
we did that.
thank God I hesitated.
You fucking nailed it. Everyone did a great job out there. Great job, everyone.
Captain Lou.
We all Paris Hilton today.
I'm gonna buy the shirt she had, guys.
Are you looking it up right now?
Christine comes in with a bleached blonde hair tomorrow. Like this
And a Kate Moss shirt.
Yeah, I go, oh, God damn it. Oh, God damn
I'm gonna
it.
buy the Kate Moss Playboy Bunny shirt.
Oh, God damn it.
Fuck, she was hot. We have a friend of the show. You know him. You love him. The hilarious Mike Finoia on the line. Mike, you there, buddy?
Hey, bud.
Hey, bud. Mike's out
What's
in
up,
Cleveland.
amigo?
He's out in Cleveland, Ohio. He's going to be headlining tonight and Sunday at Hilarities. He'll be working with me the rest of the weekend. But I got very excited when you told me that off my docket for press in Cleveland, Dan is lost right now in Paris Hilton pictures.
No. I was checking something else.
Yeah, Mike, Paris Hilton. How about that, dude, huh?
My favorite part was when you go, "Do you know Andrew Schultz?" And she goes, "I know everybody."
Yeah, dude. That made me laugh. And
She could have said, "You could have said anybody's name."
I know, but
Oh,
I
we
thought
should've
she
gone-
was going to say
My
no. And
landlord, everybody.
I was
Do you
hoping
know-
for her to say no, and then I was going to say yes.
do you know Lenny Marcus? Do you know? I just keep going.
You know,
Lenny
Greg
Marcus?
Rogel?
Yeah, he's super hot.
Oh, my God. He's one of the dopest DJs in the world.
Yeah. She said something about the show was
That was
dope, and I was
hilarious.
like, yes.
I wonder if
You
there's
got dope
I wonder
approved.
if it's a real unicorn in her sex unicorn cologne.
Sex unicorn cologne?
It works 100% of the time.
Every time.
It's actually 50% of the time every time.
Yeah, I'm in
time every
Cleveland. Dude, the fucking campers are so cool. Everybody sent pictures of their dogs and love. Thanks to everybody that did that. That was super cool.
No, they're being dicks. They were letting you see their
So-
healthy dogs.
Yeah, they go, look at this one. He just ran around and chased the ball for a bunch, huh? So, Mike, this surgery was successful and Jacob's brain was put into your dog's body and your dog's brain into Jacob's body.
Now when my dog barks, she goes,
Yeah. Well, the brain...
Oh, God. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, the dog.
Titanic.
Titanic. Mikey, so I found out on your press docket, you are, in fact, this time going to be doing Good Day Cleveland. Is that what it's called? With
yeah, I'm going to be doing like Good Morning Cleveland tomorrow on
Bring that up,
Cleveland
Christine.
TV at 9:30.
Because it's Natalie. I follow her on Instagram still.
Oh, you love her.
She's very attractive.
She's very attractive. What happened with me, Mike, was when I got in there, I buckled on my plan to be funny.
But you know what? Now
I remember.
Now that you've been locked up by Paris Hilton, now the next time you go back down to
But
a
now,
local one.
I have
Oh, what's the David guy? All right, so
have a new
Finoia, I
boo.
already know what I want you to do when you go on this, and something that Jay didn't do. I want you to specifically talk to the male co-host about his recipes.
But he might not be on camera with him.
God damn it. Ask
That was
for
the
him to
problem
be
with
on
me.
camera.
The problem with me.
Demand.
All right. Well, if he is, I definitely will. But
Because you're going on Fox.
I want to do.
What do you want to do?
No, Jay and I were talking about like we got it. I'm prop light right now. I don't have anything like, I know what Segura did some shit. A couple other guys did some shit where they like wore certain things. We got to do a wordplay type game where I can like fuck with them. Yeah, and the campers know about it.
What me and Mike were talking about earlier is, and you might have a better twist on this, or if any callers have a better twist on this, I thought in the same vein as you'll hear how Ron Bennington and Chris Stanley cheated to win the Newlywed Game.
That's this Thursday at 6 p.m. Bonfire live from Moon Tower Comedy
tomorrow night.
Can't do this.
Yeah, I know, Jacob.
As in similar fashion to what they did in a memorizing state of alphabetical order. So simply what I mean by that is, the joke we were making earlier, me and Mike was saying maybe he should be like, I owe everything to yoga, and then she'll say yoga, and he's gonna say, yeah, just like absolutely yoga. And she'll be like, absolutely, it's like, yeah, he goes, and then she'll start saying something else. He goes, absolutely just blanchy yoga. Absolutely blanchy, clammy, something, just keep adding another word to yoga.
Yeah.
But something in that vein.
I still think you should just.
Or if anybody has anything else that I mean, I'm ready to make a complete joke of this because I'm not scared.
Yeah, I was so scared. I met her. I Paris Hilton her. I saw her and I was like, I can't. She's pretty nice.
I think you need to bring up David's Mexican chili con carne, or no, his chili corn, or his David's easy veal piccata.
That's right.
With capers.
Maybe that's what you should do, Mike. Is you should really go in.
You should memorize a couple of these dishes and just keep bringing up specific ones of his dishes to him.
No, what I should do is you should be like, I was very excited to meet David, and I have a few questions for him, and just ask straight up recipe questions.
Ask recipe questions, even if it's Natalie. Even if you get Natalie and she sits down next to you, just be like, hey, what's it like being in the room when David makes his rigatoni pesto with sausage and arugula? So if you have a list of it, and just no matter where the conversation goes, steer it back to one of David's recipes.
Now go back so we can see which ones we want to pick him to say, because they have funny names. Let's give him the recipe names.
So there's David's sous vide halibut. Actually, no. You know what? Do his first. Start with David's corned beef and cabbage, because that's easy to remember.
All right, David's corned beef and cabbage.
You know what'll happen, Finoia? Christine's gonna write all these down and put them on a list, and we're going to email them to you so you can print it out.
Right, but while he's on the phone, I want to figure out. Yeah. I want to figure out what.
No,
ones,
that's what I'm saying. Let's go. Let's add the list together here before our second break. We'll put a list together of Finoia of dishes to bring up. Christine, if you could go back, please.
Yeah, Mike. Just things like, I'm actually allergic to coriander seeds, so can I substitute something ridiculous else in? Can I just substitute straight up piss for that?
David, real quick, and Natalie's going to be like, so anyways, you're at Hilarities this Friday, and you go, you know what, that is true, but I really want to talk to you about David's chicken spinach pesto, because
it's not a funny enough name. They got funnier, like David's white chocolate croissant pudding.
Yeah, perfect. Go up, Christine.
Oh, there's a lot more.
David's grilled one skillet chicken bacon
Alfredo. Yeah, David's one skillet chicken bacon Alfredo, and you go, for the life of me, I can't get it down to one skillet.
I'm a 2-skillet guy, David. I need to know your secret. Are you cutting ingredients in half? What the fuck are you doing, David?
How are you getting all of this magic into one skillet, David?
Yeah, so we'll do the one skillet chicken bacon Alfredo, because that's a lot of words.
Right. One skillet chicken bacon Alfredo.
David's chicken, and you always got to start it with David's. David's Irish potato cheddar soup.
Oh. David's white chocolate croissant pudding makes me laugh.
Is the dessert. That has to be the
dessert.
Definitely
have Christine send me this.
Oh, yeah, no. Christine's putting it together right now, and she's giving you links so you can pick specific parts of the recipes to bring up.
Yeah, I don't have coriander leaf.
Oh, Mike, this list will be organized.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
She's on Viacom's payroll. She has to be organized. She's also close personal friends with Paris Hilton.
Yeah, and she's all saturated in the gash about Paris Hilton right now. We all are. Hey, Mike.
Basically,
Christine's voice is fucking hot.
Yeah.
Basically, Christine's sitting in a kiddie pool. You know what? I'll say this right now. Her voice wasn't hot until she dropped the guard, and then I got heavy in the pants.
Yeah.
She started talking like a real person. And I was like, oh man, I have talked a lot of shit about you, but you are hot.
Yeah.
I mean,
her voice was.
Hey, Mike, you think she'll come back, right? She'll come back, right?
Yeah, she's gonna come back, right?
She'll come back, right? She's not gonna leave us, right?
She wouldn't just do that.
You definitely should have made her follow you on Twitter right then and there.
I would have gone Instagram Instagram. We should have made her follow us on Instagram.
On the gram?
On the gram.
Maybe we follow
Hit
her.
her up.
Well, maybe we'll follow her and she'll know, but she's not going to know because she probably still doesn't know our names. She may have
Black
walked out of here not knowing our
Charlie
names.
Rose questions were unbelievable.
Maybe my favorite moment of the Bonfire in 3 years of the show is Black Luke going like, Paris, hi. Paris. He really took the podium. Paris, hello.
All right, so
Can I have a hug?
David's white chocolate
I'm
croissant.
a fucking idiot. I'm a fucking idiot.
He tried to kiss her on the mouth. He goes, sorry, it's just sometimes the way you look at me, it's like you want to kiss me on the mouth.
I thought you didn't want this too. I thought you wanted this.
He goes, is that your new movie? It's really sexy.
Please. Can I have a hug?
You want me to go? You want me to go again? I can always go again.
David's white chocolate croissant pudding. Let's pick 2 more dishes. Because you think they're going to ask you 5 or 6 questions.
There's got to be more stories, Christine. Bring them up because he has some better names.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, my God. David's pasta with cauliflower and pine nuts.
What about David's tomato chutney?
That's good. Chutney's a great word.
Chutney's a hilarious word.
Chutney is a great word. One skillet, I love.
One skillet, David's tomato chutney.
Pine nuts are great because you can dovetail from that. And what if I'm allergic to pine nuts?
Perfect.
Good. Warmer.
So
hotter.
Give him the pine nuts one.
Yes.
Corned
Yes.
beef cabbage, good for every occasion.
You got to load more stories.
David's challah French
Challah.
toast.
Challah bread.
Challah bread.
Challah.
Oh, that's a fun word.
What's up?
I'll
Oh,
call
hey,
it
someone just came in the room. Does Paris not want to come back?
Paris?
Oh, that guy was just lost.
He goes,
Is that Paris?
Are you Paris? Are you Paris? Are you my dad?
We did the fucking headlights on her. Hey, someone's coming in the studio. Is this Paris? Is that Paris?
No.
Yo,
Okay.
is she tall? Is she
Yeah,
tall?
she was
or is she
tall.
short?
Yeah, she's tall. Tall drink of water.
She was tall. Mike, she was so hot.
Leggy. Tall drink of water.
All right, keep going on David's. Hold on.
Pick one more. We got to pick one more.
Good.
The paella, David's paella.
Paella's all right, but I'm telling you, he's got. I remember this. He has better names for shit.
Yeah. We came up with it because the last time we were doing it was going, hey, David, why don't you go make your fucking Eddie Murphy's chili, David Italian meatball crumbled. Keep going. There's better ones.
Mossman
Yeah,
mussels.
Mossman mussels is great.
Frittata. Breakfast frittata is hilarious. David, your breakfast frittata blends 2 of my favorite things. Flip the interview on them, Finoia,
Yeah.
and just talk about
Absolutely.
David's recipes.
Oh my God, he's.
So be like, you're a writer for Impractical Jokers, and be like, enough about that. How do you get down to one skillet?
Or you got to go, you know what, David? Or you go, yeah, Natalie, I do write for Impractical Jokers, but what's something that isn't a joke is David's quiche. Now,
Wait, go
David,
back. Israeli couscous and mushrooms. Like,
oh yeah.
Can you make any kind of reference where he goes? Now I know it's probably hard finding Israeli food at all out here in the middle of the country like this, but if you can find the ingredients, how would I throw down that?
What makes good comedy? Probably range. And you know who's got range? David with his Israeli couscous with mushrooms.
And lemon truffle vinaigrette. It's Israeli couscous with mushrooms and lemon
I'll
truffle
tell you,
vinaigrette.
I don't know if it's the kosher salt or the fresh ground pepper, but there's something about it that just, now you make it to serve 4 as a dish, correct?
Dude, ask him if it tastes different if you use Palestinian couscous.
Oh.
If you do that, Mike, I swear to you, I'll kiss you on the penis when I see you.
Even Egyptian. I'll accept Egyptian, and I'll kiss your butthole.
I want Soder's $300 fart money that he turned down.
First off, it was $500 because I know the worth of my farts.
No. He turned down $300. He called the price $500, which is just ridiculous for a fart anywhere.
Go fuck yourself, because I caught one before, so you knew what kind of heavy air I'm pushing.
Oh, I know you had mud butt when you talked to Paris
Season
Hilton.
1 billion Soder would have taken the $300.
Well, season 3 billion says it's airing. New episode airs this Sunday at 10 p.m.
10 p.m. All right, Mike. So Christine's going to send you these. We got to take our next break. So Christine's going to send you these things, and we're all so happy Stella's okay and out of surgery and everything went well.
And she has Jacob's brain.
She has Jacob's brain, which is really exciting.
It's pretty cool.
And I love you, buddy.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for the campers. You guys are great.
You got it. Christine will send you all this stuff, and I will see you tomorrow afternoon, buddy. When we do radio together at, I believe it's 4:30 in the afternoon.
Oh boy!
That's the only club I've ever gone to where I land and I have to go do radio tomorrow.
Portland Helium
And if
sometimes.
anybody's looking for something to do tonight, you got an hour. Get down to Hilarities.
Go down to Hilarities. Go down if you're in Cleveland. Go see Mike Finoia at Hilarities tonight, and he's going to be there on Sunday headlining. He's going to be with Big J all weekend.
Check out both.
Check out both.
And love you, Mikey. We'll talk to you soon, buddy.
Love you guys. Later.
And let's take our second break. I think we have a guest when we come back, yeah?
Yeah.
And now, back to the Bonfire with Big J. Oakerson and Dan Soder.
It's the Bonfire, Comedy Central Radio, Sirius XM 95. That's Jay just taking out a fucking whack of vodka because Jacob's not in.
Ripping it.
You're fucking ripping it. Comedy Central Radio, Sirius XM 95. I'm Dan Soder. That's Big J. Oakerson. In the studio, who I say is even hotter than Paris Hilton.
Finally. We got some sexy in that chair.
Definitely more effable. Kevin Brennan joining the show.
I'm high as fuck, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
I'm so I just did 7 edibles.
Oh, bro, you live life.
I was out in L.A. I did fucking Joey Diaz's show, you know?
Oh, shit.
And his fans went at me. But the good thing about pothead fans, they'll back down once you go back at them.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I was like, hey, man, I fucked up. It's all on me. I didn't know. I was not ready. I ran, whatever. And they were like, hey, man, it's cool.
Wait, so
edibles.
That's their first response is like, fuck you, man. And you're like, hey, I didn't know. And they're like, yeah, it's over. It's
no,
all right,
they were like, this is the first time I ever had to turn off the show.
Really?
I mean, you just become a guest just so people control you.
But why was that?
Because I was just like, it was just, I don't like a one-on-one show anyway. So his show is basically one-on-one, you know. And then like he did like really on Periscope, he did like 5 bong hits. Then he did 2 edibles. And his Periscope's hilarious. I'm like, I'm not going to be able to follow the Periscope. Yeah. So then he's talking to me. I go, Neil's an asshole. He goes, I like Neil. So I go, like I'm just trolling him. You know? I'm trying to find some common ground because Esther Koo said that he doesn't like Neil or something. So I was just looking for common ground. So people, but it was 2 hours. I'd done like 4 podcasts that day. So I was like, maybe I was a little spent, but the fans were like,
well,
I didn't like it either. I thought it was. I thought I was boring and. You know, again, Joey's a fucking legend. So
I like that you keep up with Esther Koo.
Yeah,
that was more exciting.
Huh?
Do you keep up with Esther Koo's
No,
career?
I can't. My wife. It's like my wife has a thing with Esther Koo because she thinks Esther Koo on every show she says she wants to fuck me.
Really?
Yeah, and then my wife's like, you know, and then whatever. It's a long story, but I can't really talk about her.
Well, on this show, you have to do 4 hits of ayahuasca.
But that's pretty exciting that Esther Koo wants to fuck you. That's gonna make you feel
Not
nice.
really.
No,
I say she's an Asian 4.
Asian
really?
4?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Wow.
She's an Asian 8.
I thought she's an Asian 10 and like a real world, like a not Asian 7 or 8.
She's like a D-Train 7. She's an Asian 4. I've said it before. I stand by it.
She's a 7 train 7.
Yeah, she's a 7. Yeah, she's just not. She's whatever. And but again, she's just talking. She just pretends like she's slutty, but she has a boyfriend. She's fucking the same guy for like 10 years and whatever. So it's just a game. It's a game that she's playing, like a game that I'm playing.
Game that your wife gets mad at you for.
No, but she doesn't. No, because my wife, like, she thinks the podcast shouldn't be about personal stuff. I don't even know. You'd have to get her in here. But all I know is she watches like all these housewife shows. Yeah. So she's not like reading fucking Dickens and then be like, oh, you piece of shit.
Let me put down my Tolstoy.
Yeah.
I listen to some of your radio programs.
Yeah, like she thinks, she likes my show, but then she always picks out something that she doesn't like. Fine, but it's like, but again, she loves housewife shows. She loves Howard Stern. She loves any fucking reality-based entertainment. So that's all I'm doing. I'm just like, sometimes I talk about my family or like whatever that's going on because I really don't, I'm not fucking political. I mean, I have opinions, but nobody wants to hear them. It's the same shit that everybody else has. You know what I mean?
We talked about it briefly at the stand a few weeks ago, but when you had the thing with the guy on Jim and Sam.
Yeah, that wasn't political.
No, that wasn't political at all, but I would say that was very interesting when the guy hit the spot, when he went to the kids. I
Catch
get
me
that.
What happened?
Oh, I forget the guy's name, but he came on. He's a Midwest comic, I think, Detroit or something.
Yeah, I called him. I said he was fat. I said your wife's fat. I said you're just a typical Midwest comic, and you're whatever. And then he started saying shit about my family, and then I fucking grabbed him.
Oh. Yeah, he did the. And
then Norton never left his fucking control fucking chair.
Yeah,
he's like, no touching.
That's what he said?
Yeah, like
Norton did give a speech. He goes, no touching.
No touching.
Great.
But
and
they took it out of the clip because Norton thought that might not be allowed up in Sirius anymore. if they showed me hit. I didn't hit him. I just grabbed him.
How'd you grab
God
him?
forbid I come up here and work for free again. God forbid. God forbid they stop me from that.
Did you grab him by the lapels?
Yeah, I just grabbed him. I don't know what happened. I just grabbed him. So then, and then he said he was going to call the police. I'm
that
like,
was the weirdest thing.
I go, we don't do that here.
To get into a heated and then go right to like I'm going to call the cops. I'm like, that's weird.
The first person that draws the cop card or plays the cop card really is the bad guy.
Well, the problem is also it makes you ravenous to hit them now because you realize you got their heart too.
Yeah.
I'll just call the cops because like when the guy says I'm going to call the cops, that means you've taken his masculine. He doesn't want to fight you now.
Yeah.
He's nervous because he sees that you're much more wound up.
I'm a beast.
And by the way, I've been nervous going into fights against people who are significantly smaller than me.
Yeah.
Based solely off of them, like I know they're angrier. I know they're more on the side of justice than I am. So when they're mad at me, I'm like, and this guy comes at me, I'm like, he's gonna scrap tooth and nail. Where I'm gonna fight more of a. I want this to get over. I want it to be over. Like, are you done now?
Whoever's angrier doesn't care if they lose, and that's a dangerous fighter.
Also, sometimes the guy that's real cool and calm and casual about fighting is sometimes the scariest motherfucker to go. Like the person that's just like fighting's nothing to me. This means
okay.
Nothing
Well,
to me.
I wasn't afraid of him. I'm not afraid of him then or now, or I'll fight him any day.
All right. Well, you heard it. We're gonna get a live fight. Kevin Brennan. Who is this comic? Who even is it?
Dave Landau.
Dave Landau.
Dave Landau. Okay.
But I think he might be getting hired by that. Like, anyway.
Getting hired by...
No, he might be getting hired by Cumia. I don't know.
By Cumia Network?
So you guys will be co-workers?
No, that's where it started because whatever. It's a long story. Maybe you keep up. Maybe you get the fucking Mike Vecchio news at your own house.
He doesn't tell me anything. He just tells me about his diet.
I'm sure he knows what's going on.
He just tells me about his diet and exercise, Kevin.
You don't read the Mike V newsletter?
He goes, fresh, extra. Mike, he just stands inside his room with a printed out piece of paper.
Yo, DiStefano and Giannis have a new podcast out?
He goes, I got some juicy details. Did Kevin Brennan get into it with a Midwest comic on Opie and Jim?
Stay tuned.
It's not even Opie and Jim.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's how
behind you are.
Yeah,
Jim and Sam.
I'm 7 seasons behind. Don't tell me what happened.
And then Sam was like a real pro. Sam sat in between us after the fight.
I love Sam Roberts.
Sam's like, let me sit in. Yeah, you should have been that way at the beginning.
Yeah. Well, did you know?
Fucking idiot.
Did you know going in that there was going to be a problem?
Yeah, because I had been trashing them on, I trashed them before and whatever. It was an ongoing thing with
one of the best things of the story to me, I thought, was when you said you were coming in. The guy was like, "What's the problem with me?" He said he asked you downstairs, and you were like,
"No, in the lobby."
Yeah. You're like, "Well, that's what this is obviously. They're having us in for. You think they're having us in for that?"
He goes, "What's the deal?" He goes, "Are you talking shit about me on Opie? I mean, on Jim and Sam." And I'm on vacation, and my Twitter blew up, and blah blah blah. And I'm like, I go, and I said, well, why do you think we're here? He goes, I thought I was here for my talent. I go, no, no, they don't bring people up for talent. So
they bring people up.
But
for
then
stuff like
after the fight, the Twitter went crazy, and then he retweeted and liked every fucking comment about him. So I eventually had to block him because I just couldn't even take, because he was like, hey, I'm above this. Everyone's above it until they're right in it. Then they're like, I love this shit, People are like, oh, my Twitter blew up. Like, is that bad? Even for a Midwestern comic, that's got to be something, right?
It's got to be huge.
That's some seats. That's some asses in the seats.
So. Well, I'll say it's the first time, and I don't know him at all to go pro or con on him, but I don't know him. I never heard his name before that moment.
Nobody
that was
did.
Great.
Somehow he got onto the Cumia radar and whatever, and Ant likes him, so whatever.
So are you guys? Did it finish there? Is it done? Was it done there? Or
no, because he just asked Chad if. Listen, I got a lot of beefs. I got a lot of running
I love
beefs.
It. Yeah, you really are the Irv Gotti of comedy.
What are your current running beefs?
I don't know. I can't really hang on to any specific beef for too long because I just
it's not your
move
brand.
On.
Your brand is new.
No,
beefs.
I just move on because it's not
next one.
Like if I saw him a lot, if I saw him, I would. It's not like we're gonna be friends anytime, So, and I think he thinks it's like, because he asked Chad, he goes, "Is Brennan still mad?" I go, "Yeah, I'm pretty fucking, I'm not gonna be friends with the guy. Even if he gets hired at Comey, I'm not gonna be friends with him,
No, you guys clearly don't get along. But what?
No, it's just that it's just like he's a fucking. I like when guys are like, they come to New York and it's like you got to learn how to fucking how the shit happens. Like when I was in L.A., I tread softly because I don't know who's who out there. Like I know who's who, but I don't know like this guy likes that guy and this podcast is this. So
networked into this person.
Yeah. So I just kind of go like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
I just roll with the punches, but this guy's like, he's acting like, no, I'm like, I got shit going on. I'm like, you don't, He goes, I was on that show, the Comedy Central show that Ari used to have.
Oh, this is not happening.
Yeah, and he goes, well, I was on that. I go, nobody cares. I go, you're just fucking content for Comedy Central, which, like, no offense to your piece of shit show. But
oh, that's fine. No, it's great.
I just realized in the middle of my statement you guys were working at Comedy Central.
Yeah, no, you're on Comedy Central Radio.
No, but I'm just saying. No, but you're just, I mean, it's not like he's going to get a fucking 3-picture deal from his story about when he was drunk.
We all know what this is. This is spinning our wheels for our own ego.
No, but he's like, that show in particular is like to have a lot of different people telling different stories, right? There's a lot of content. There's a lot of fucking content, so it's hard to like stand out. So I thought I'd fucking get into a fight with the guy, I didn't plan on even that, but Jim and Sam, they brought us there for a reason,
Is there anybody you bite your tongue for?
What do you mean?
Like, is there any? What I love about you, it's a quality I find extremely I'm envious of. Is that confrontational? Like, I got a gripe with you. I'll take it up with you. I'm not good at that unless it's brought to me. When it comes to me, I'm great at battling it out aggressively and making my points and saying whatever I feel I have to say, whether it's hurtful or not. But like to instigate it or to get it going, I have a hard time with that.
I mean, I did too. This is kind of like a new. That's kind of like a new. I didn't even play. I used to not do this, but then when I started going on Jim and Opie, like I would just come in. I lived in LA for 3 years, and I just thought everybody. I just realized like you're on your own, and I just realized I don't give a fuck, and I'll just trash anybody. And
so
then
you came back from the desert angry.
Yeah, and I came back and I was trashing everybody in LA, and then the fans loved it, and I was like, I kind of liked it too. It was almost like they say you can't commit murder, but then when you commit murder, you're like, it kind of felt good.
Yeah,
and then
you got a bloodlust.
Yeah, you want to commit more murder.
I like it that you came back from LA a cannibal. You're like, I'll eat other motherfuckers.
Yeah, so I'm like, I don't give a fuck, and then and I'm actually making money doing it. Whatever. So it's definitely helped my brand.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna say I'm hacking it up to.
Do you think
I'm not starting trouble but like I saw Ray Allen last night. And he goes, not everybody's happy with you. So I go, well, who? Because I'm just curious,
Sure.
He goes, Rachel and what's her name? Fuck.
Rachel Feinstein?
Yeah, Rachel and
Nikki Glaser?
No, she's black.
Yamanika?
No.
Marina Franklin?
Yeah, Marina. He goes, So I'm not exactly like shaking in my boots, you know what I mean? Because the two of them couldn't do much to me, And so it became, so when I started doing Misery Loves Company, I was talking a lot of shit, and then Lenny was such a cuck, so Lenny would defend everybody, and then that just like made me more furious, but then I realized I was going after the Todd Berrys of the comedy world, like guys, little people,
meek people.
Yeah, guys that would never fucking stand up to me, and then I went after Ben Bailey one time, and I was like, and then I felt better, I felt like more of something, like more of a man. And then
because Ben's a big guy.
And plus he's got an anger issue.
Yeah.
He's got anger issues. He could fucking pick up that cash cab and one of the fucking
he'll pop. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ben's been in a few comedy club fights.
Yeah.
In his
Once
life,
he turns into the Incredible Hulk, So then he came up to me one time and he goes, yeah, I don't listen to what you're saying, but people I know listen to what you're saying. And did you say I stole jokes? I go, never. No. So I never did. So so like if he said, did you say this? I would go, yeah. Like I'll say I.
So
said
you'll be honest about your shit talking.
That's the whole thing. I'm just being honest. Like I could be wrong a little bit, but I'm just being honest.
It'd be honest with your opinion, even if
like if I say this guy sucks. Like if I see somebody like bomb 4 shows in a row, I'm gonna say I'm not gonna be like, yeah, he's a good comic. I'd be like, well, who bombs 4 times?
What's funny is I think LA made you so sick of them lying like that you just came back completely fucking opposite, where you just came back to New York like, fuck this shit, I'm just gonna say.
Yeah, because LA, they're complete fucking liars. Like when you're with somebody, I just did Bert Kreischer's podcast, you know.
So great.
Everybody loves Bert, you know.
Yeah, I love Bert.
But he's not releasing it, you know.
He's not releasing your podcast?
No, he keeps stalling it because I talked some shit about the guys who run Netflix, and Bert has a deal pending with Netflix.
Yeah, well.
So he had to check on his deal that it was still solid before he released it. He actually said that on his podcast because we did it like 3 weeks ago, and then I guess he's going to put it out this week. But
can you
but
blame
he
him?
didn't say that. But he didn't say that when I did it. You know what I mean? He didn't. So it's like nobody says anything to your face out there. They just.
So you're saying like had he during the podcast been like, well, I got to deal with
yeah,
them.
because
So.
no, I would have thought it was like hilarious if he said it. Like I love Bart, everybody loves Bart.
Yeah.
So I'm not going on a limb and say, but he's a great guy. Everybody loves him. He doesn't look for trouble.
Had some
but
sexy Insta stories today.
But he didn't say to me like, oh, that was kind of weird. Like that's kind of where I'm at. You know, like if something's weird, I was like, even when I did the fucking skanks, I was like, I had a problem with it. Yeah. I just said it. It became like this big thing, and then it just goes away. But I'm not going to pretend like I'm okay with it. That's the thing. I don't pretend I'm okay with it.
But there's
I'm not okay with it. Like I could be wrong, and the fans could come at me, but I'm not going to be like, oh, that's fucking, that's because I feel like I've eaten enough shit.
Yeah.
In the course of my career, and I'm like, I'm done. I'm just done. I'm just done eating shit.
That's fair enough. But you also have like, and what's interesting though is like, I bet what you do, and maybe not even realizing you do it, I bet you break a lot of hearts sometimes, because I ran into this story. This happened in Austin. I should bring this up actually, because I'd like to make a public thing about it to correct it to some degree. But I had a conversation with, because you don't know these people who look up to you. You're a fantastic comic and a veteran.
I wouldn't say that.
And,
I'd say I'm a veteran, but I'm not saying.
No, I think I'll tell you what.
I'm honest with myself now.
No.
I go, you suck, man.
No,
sometimes I'm like, dude, you got to get your shit together.
Let me tell you something. I saw, and this is a big pivotal moment in my comedy career when I think we did together the last year ever of the Aspen Comedy Festival. We both did it, and they broke you up into just group like A, B, C, and D of who performed. It was a weird festival, to say the least. But I watched you, and I watched you kind of getting ready for it within your sets. Not even, just doing your sets. For a while, you were back in New York, I think, at that point, before we went to the Aspen Comedy Festival. And I just watched a lot of comics, I know myself included, go up there and just have like an okay set. And you just went up, and you were just, I think you won Best of the Fest. Like
that was a fluke.
But
that's my least favorite thing, when guys are like fake humble. Like the Bill Burr syndrome. Like, I don't know.
I just go up there and talk.
I'm just a regular guy. Are you? You have a fucking, you have a helicopter and a fucking Lamborghini? You drive a Lamborghini to the Laugh Factory?
Kevin,
my point being,
I do that all the time, Kevin, by the way. I do that all the time with fans for the show. After they go, it's just Jay and I talking, and it is such like, I catch myself.
I do it a lot too, yeah.
Yeah, but that's all right. But I'm saying, like,
two friends hanging out.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it kind of is.
It definitely is.
I mean, you guys aren't wearing tuxedos. You know what I mean?
That would suck.
But I wonder how many hearts you don't know you're breaking because of what fans they are. And I said I found that out in Austin. I remember talking to an extraordinarily drunk Kevin Barnett.
Love Kevin Barnett.
I don't know him very well. I know he's very funny.
Yeah.
And they have some good successes, that crew of guys. And I realized way too late there was a misunderstanding, and I hope that this message gets to them in some way. He drunkenly told me very in too much detail and over again, and not in a very good descriptive way, a story about them being younger and having the sketch show they did, and that they don't listen to podcasts, but a podcast clip was sent to them, and it was me talking about their thing. And I interrupted him to go, you mean Friends of the People, the show you guys did on True TV, the sketch show?
Yeah.
And he said, I think drunkenly, he was like, yeah. And he's like, we got a podcast clip of you sitting there saying, like, we're probably a bunch of bearded Brooklyn faggots or something like that. And I was like, I don't remember saying anything like that about the show. In fact, the few things I remember about Friends of the People were sketches I thought were funny.
Yeah.
And I was like, and also Rel and
Jermaine Fowler,
friends to a degree, acquaintance friends.
Yeah,
the Lucas brothers I met, they're good, do funny and the stuff I've seen them in, and I had no gripe with them at all. But I'm like, are you sure? So I had to do a bunch of those. Like, are you sure this was me that said this? And he's going, yeah, man. But then he's telling me, he goes, me, the Lucas brothers, Rel, Jermaine, we all sat in a circle and listened to this. And you were saying we're a bunch of bearded Brooklyn faggots. And I just said, and we were just sitting there so bummed out because we're such fans of yours. And you're just saying that thing. But we tried to just laugh it off and be cool. And I just couldn't for the life of me. I didn't want to even over-apologize because I'm like, I don't recall doing this at all. Yeah. And then way too late in the conversation, which also got interrupted and he kind of got dragged away, was me realizing what it was that, because I think he got the words at one point, Legion of Goons. And what that was before they had Friends of the People on True TV, it was a pilot for Comedy Central that never went. Yeah. But it was called Legion of Goons. And all I saw one day in the trade papers was new pilots picked up this by Comedy Central, and it was like this, and one was Legion of Goons, and I just went, great. So Legion of Goons, so that means Legion of Skanks now will be considered like the biting off the name. Right. And I go, fuck, and I said, probably not knowing at all, I go, it's probably a bunch of Brooklyn, because it's mostly black people who I know, so bearded Brooklyn faggots means nothing in that regard. So I probably said that. And they've been hard, but we got separated, and he was too drunk to explain that to him, and it was one of those. So I wonder. My point almost being, I wonder when you go on shows and say things, how many comics are extra hurt because like they look up to you in some way.
I think comics are extra like. I don't have the word sensitive, but
you could say it. We're sensitive as shit.
Comics think they're supposed to be sensitive because as a comic you're supposed to be like hyper, like you're supposed to like react to things if you're on stage or just to get material. You're supposed to be like, oh shit, So comics are always looking for something to get them like riled up. So I just think if you say something about comics, they get even if it's true or not, they get really bent out of shape. So that's why like my new sidekick is he's not a comic, and partly because he doesn't get mad when I insult him. You know what I mean?
He's kind of like I work at an office.
Yeah, he's blind too. He's going blind and
yeah, I know your co-host.
Yeah, so he's like, you did it. You did MLC. So he's like,
but he's a funny dude enough.
But he's an alcoholic too, so he doesn't take anything personally. Where comics take way too many things personally. Again, because it's kind of part of the trade where you're like, oh shit, I gotta, like a woman said to me today, she was cut me off, she was on her phone and she goes, oh sorry, and I go, I bet you aren't, like just because that's like my take, like I gotta be ready to go.
I gotta be on brand.
I gotta be ready to go. So I'm like if I wasn't a comic, I wouldn't be looking for like, oh maybe I'll get a bit out of it. And then I said to her, I bet you aren't.
You know what I do is I date women, fall in love with them, have it go sour, and then I write material for like 3 years.
That's what Rita Rudner used to say. She goes, the guy broke up with me. I already got all the jokes. And we're like, basically, it's like, was he? I already milked him for everything. Was he? He doesn't have to break up with me.
He doesn't need anything else.
Hey everyone, if you stay for after the commercial break, Kevin will give some quotes from Judy Tenuta and Paula Poundstone.
I was going to get it from.
We're gonna take a break.
Rita Rudner. She's on Letterman tonight, isn't she? At 12:30.
I think so. Kevin Brennan's show, Burning Bridges. You can check out our show and go then. For tour dates, go visit Kevin Brennan.
Burning Bridges at Compound Media, and then I have Misery Loves Company, which is still just mine. Burning Bridges is part of the Compound. It's like part of
Burning
their paywall.
Bridges is the Compound paywall. But then you can also download Misery Loves Company, MLC podcast with Kevin Brennan.
And they're all on my Twitter, Kevin Brennan 666.
Yeah.
No relation to Neil Brennan.
We'll be right back. We're hanging out with Kevin Brennan.
And now, back to the Bonfire with Big J. Oakerson and Dan Soder.
It's the Bonfire, Comedy Central Radio, Sirius XM 95. Big J. Oakerson, Dan Soder, hanging out with Kevin Brennan in studio.
Sorry, all the potheads listening. This guy's a downer. No, aren't I a downer for potheads? Don't they want to? Right? Don't they want to talk about fucking cotton candy and shit and fucking foosball?
You really did ruin our hour of cotton candy talk.
No,
it's air. It's air and sugar.
I feel like anybody who's high, like I'm like fucking kryptonite. They're like, get this guy away from because I just want to roll with everything.
I would say 2/3 of our audience are truckers jacked up on speed. So you're fucking.
They like me.
You just let a couple truckers gain some time.
Oh yeah, truckers love a nice fucking.
There's a guy in a Mayday truck right now going.
I'm on the same 5-hour energy that they're on.
Yeah,
snorting crack off the butt cheek of some lot lizard.
Yeah. They go, usually I got to speed up these other two queers, but I like Kevin Brennan coming in just ripping right through it. This guy plays hard and fast.
A couple of queers.
This video I've been waiting to watch, and what a better guest to watch it with than Kevin Brennan, because you explained it to me a little bit.
So
but why don't you
about it at all.
I don't watch it once you.
There's enough audio to make this have some value here, but the video is simply called "Wow, Man Gets Removed." Hello.
Oh, sorry.
Man gets removed from flight, but not without a fight. And I'll tell you what. One thing I'm pretty sure of when I meet a guy with a curly mustache,
Well, we met one at Moon Tower during your crowd work show.
Almost
a huge fan.
100% of the time. Almost. And maybe not even that guy. That guy was a firefighter, maybe a tough son of a bitch. But when I see that mustache, I think I am one punch away from ending this dude.
Yeah.
The curly mustache is not a threatening mustache.
Yeah, what it is it usually means that you have enough money through your father to retain legal
But they
counsel.
curl it at the end, like Raleigh fingers?
Raleigh fingers, yeah. It means...
Because back then it used to mean you're fucking Raleigh fingers.
Yeah.
And before that it meant you were a sheriff who's a quick draw. Now it just means you live in a fucking old muffler factory and your dad paid enough.
Now it means you wear dress socks with your sneakers.
Oh, and you have kombucha every morning.
Yeah,
Well,
you
I
fucking queef.
Yeah.
You're a girl, Christine.
You're a girl, Christine.
I'm a girl.
Yeah,
You're a girl.
Right, we get
Despite what you look like next to Paris Hilton, you're a girl.
Despite
Just
that,
because
I
it
am
looks
a girl.
it looks like Paris Hilton has a pet grizzly bear.
Just because it looks like Paris Hilton brought her Furby and took a picture with it.
Oh, my God.
You go, oh, is Paris Hilton playing the new Han Solo?
I've never been more impressed with the curly
Okay, Christine,
mustache
you're
guy
beautiful.
since Raleigh Fingers. On this guy on a plane, it seems like Miami Airport, it's Miami-Dade police that have come on to remove this hipster queef off this plane.
And he's not leaving the plane?
He's not leaving. He does not back down at any point. And these guys...
He definitely looks... He's too young to have a mustache as a dad. So
He's
it's
not a dad. Oh, yeah, for sure.
It's
No,
an asshole mustache.
This is a total, like, I go to trapeze school and Chelsea Piers mustache.
And you were talking about how you like conflict, but you wouldn't have conflict like this.
I don't know. I mean, on the plane, you always want to get somewhere. You know, I'll have conflict like that on a train.
Yeah.
But if I have to get somewhere, I lay low a little bit.
I feel I have more conflict on this for the guy. I would have I've never had it happen yet, but I would have conflict with a guy who's making us take longer to take off because he's being a fucking idiot.
Yeah, I've had a problem.
I would have cursed out Alec Baldwin. Remember Alec Baldwin went through the whole things? They were telling him not to play his phone while they
Friends
were doing
with
whatever.
Words.
Yeah, words with friends. Right?
I mean, I played the other one, Friends with Words.
You're so alternative.
But man, when he came at that, and it was like, yeah, I sat there because you're not going to tell me what not to play, and it's like, hey, Baldwin, put your fucking phone away.
Hey, excuse me.
Listen, for
Yeah,
some
he's a
reason,
fucking asshole.
Air Canada makes you take off your headphones for takeoff,
Which is so weird.
I hate it, but listen, when I get on an Air Canada flight, I'm not going to sit there and go, for what? I don't understand why. I wait for them to sit down in their stupid stewardess seat, and then I put them back on.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit there and make a whole ordeal about it. It's ridiculous, because it is ridiculous, but who gives a shit?
One time I was sitting next to, because you don't really know what's going on. I mean, so I was in the window seat, and there was a guy in the middle seat, and they said no phones, and this guy was still, he was making a phone call.
Yeah.
Did you tattle on him?
He was talking, and then into the thing, and he had his phone. So the flight attendant was coming through for the one last time. I said, "Can we use our phones?" And she goes, "No, sir. I already said no." I said, "Well, why can he?" And then the best part was it was like 5 hours together with the armrest and
dude,
fighting over.
I didn't know it was the
fuck
guy.
him, because I don't want. What if the plane crashes? Because I'm a cuck. Because I'm afraid to fucking snitch out this guy. Fuck him. And it's always like one of these guys is so important. I'm like, I've been on Letterman, you motherfucker. Like, how important are you?
Oh man, you must have epic shower fights just by yourself in the shower. I don't know how you.
No,
I always create fake fights. And
I shit in the shower the other day. You guys ever do that?
What?
You shit in the shower?
Yeah, I told her. I do this on my act now.
Did you stomp it into the drain?
No, I had diarrhea, so I just took a big diarrhea shit.
Yeah.
And
You
then
thought it was a fart.
and then I was in the shower, and I'm like, oh my god, again? It was like 3 minutes later, so I'm like, it's coming out. I'm like, I'm not gonna. I know how it's gonna come out.
Yeah, you know what? Can I just say real quick?
Yeah.
There's nothing worse than getting out and having wet butt and sitting on a toilet.
Yeah, because it's just a mess. So I thought I always want to kind of shit in the shower. I tried it once before, so I shit in the shower, and it's not a tub, it's a drain, so I could stand right over the drain. I mean, it's a stall, so I can stand right over the drain. So I shit in the shower. I'm looking down, and it's just going right in. It's not even coming out a lot.
There you
and
go.
then I look behind me. The wall is covered with shit. So,
Oh no! You had a soot blast.
I think there's like 2 holes or something. Like
Yeah.
the one drip hole, and I was like, holy fuck.
Why,
I say, what if I shit?
And then I told it on my podcast. My wife listened to the podcast, and she made me clean it like 7. And she goes, 7 different which ways. And she goes, why didn't you tell me? I go, because it is. Because if you didn't know, there's no. You're not going to take a bath in. It's not a bathtub. It's a fucking shower.
No matter what time I take a shit or whatever, no matter what time I'm taking a shower, I always, even if I've already shit like once or twice that day, I definitely go in for one more. I sit down and try to get it all out. Make sure there's no more aftershock before I get in the shower.
Eating. Truckers are eating right now.
Sandwiches and doing fucking.
Here's the thing.
It's a double down.
When I get in the shower and I get out of the shower and realize that I have to shit more, the day's not going to go good. The rest of the day, that's a tone. That's a tone setter.
It is a jinx day.
It really is. So this guy won't get off this plane in Miami. He looks like a hipster asshole.
Oh, he is so unlikable. You wish that other people on the plane started wailing on him.
Listen. You need to stop talking. What? No. What is the reason why you're removing me from this plane? No.
It's him being handcuffed by 3 black cops, and he's just staring at the guy filming the camera, which is typically happened to him.
Christine, I don't know if you look into this at all, but apparently
people play the camera.
Yeah, he goes, "Hey, how you doing?" You're like, "Oh, fuck."
He's looking for a YouTube sponsor.
This guy knows how to find the camera.
I don't know if you could look into this at all, but I think the thing was he was grabbing on a girl that was next to him. Is that what we found officially? That's the story?
He was groping the passenger next to him.
He was groping the passenger next to
like
him.
really groping, or just Me Too groping?
Me Too.
They didn't specify, but
like you go for your bag. She's right next to you. You go for your bag and you hit her in her thigh.
You smell her calf.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, it could happen. You're sitting right next to somebody.
I fell asleep one time in middle seat, and my head fell on the older lady who was next to me, and she fucking made like a scene, like
my god,
like she was gonna ask to have me removed, and I was like, and I eventually had to be like, when I got firm with her is when she actually stopped. I was like, lady, I nodded off. I'm sitting straight up. Like I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like fucking chill out.
Yeah.
Like you're calling stewardesses over. And
what did she say when you said that?
She just got quiet and kind of went into a shell. But I was like, because I was doing so much. Like, I'm so sorry. I know that's got to be awkward as hell. I'm almost like laughably whatever. And she goes, I don't understand. Like, you're just touching me. I don't know you. I'm like, but the third time I was like, hey lady, fucking chill out, huh? I mean, like I'm apologizing.
Yeah.
I nodded off. My head fell over.
I don't like you touching me. This gentleman.
My best reaction ever to falling asleep on someone's shoulder was when I told Bobby Kelly I would sit up with him all night when we drove to North Carolina 15 years ago, and I just woke up to feeling slobber come out of my mouth, hitting whatever Bobby was wearing, and him just going, dude, get the fuck off of me. And I went, I do that like,
plus
hey,
it's
buddy,
like,
what's up? Or,
plus I think people who are from not New York, when someone touches them, they take it as like a real personal affront.
Oh yeah.
But in New York, everyone's touching people all the time. If you sit on the subway, I loved when you sit on the subway and the crazy guy or the drunk guy falls asleep on the guy for 2 stops because they don't know they don't want to get up and lose their seat, but they're like, should I support this guy? So in New York, people touch each other, but everybody else is like, you touched me?
Why? What's your motive?
Yeah, are you?
Why did you do that?
Why you have a beard and touched me?
I haven't been concerned about personal space in 15 years.
Yeah. I mean, you just can't.
New York. Wait, is this another video?
Well, this is an article, but this quote right here that I have highlighted was
right before the guy sits down in his seat. He turns to the security guard and shouts at him. He said, "My people were building civilizations while you monkeys were still swinging from the trees."
Now I'm rooting for him.
There was a couple people on this flight who wanted to get up and leave. There was a black gentleman 2 rows in front who was like, I can't be on this flight with this racist.
Dude, that is a hilarious thing to yell out on a fucking plane.
He went,
while you monkeys. By the way, by the way, these cops now really enjoyed what they did. Now that I hear that, these cops enjoyed what they did. And they should. This kid is a whack-off.
So let's play the World Star video. There it is.
What is the reason you're removing me from this plane?
Board the aircraft has noted.
Well, you just assaulted a lady for one.
No, you guys are trying to get on social media.
You're racist for 2.
What is the reason you're removing me from this plane? Totally fine.
That's great. Hold on, real quick. He just did my favorite thing where he went talking into choke talking, where he goes, "What's the reason?"
He goes, I don't understand. I'm on a plane. You're going to take me off the plane also.
He went from being like, I don't understand why.
No, because you guys are the ones that go, fuck, she wanted to get grumped.
Bring it back 5
I like
seconds.
when people say the guy's racist. It's not illegal to be racist.
I
Like,
mean, and you know what? He's almost walking around going, do something. He goes, look at this. I'm going to grab her pussy. I'm grabbing her pussy. Right before that, Christine, if you could rewind it a little bit.
I went back 5. I'll go back.
Okay.
Here.
Yeah, right there, because he still got his windpipe open.
You're trying to get a social media.
You're racist for 2.
What is the reason?
Right here.
You're removing me from this plane.
What is the reason? I don't understand.
It sounds like he's doing a bad Cosby. I want to know the reason why you remove him from the plane. If you rape a woman, it's like, no.
Brain damage.
It's got to be so fun as a black cop to get your hands on
a real racist?
But a real unruly, you have full...
Black Lou's pumping his fist like he's...
I mean, you have full range to do whatever you want because he... Like, you hope, you almost want to whisper in his ear, he goes, resist all day. Please.
Oh, yeah.
Please resist.
I want
every bit of this.
Please don't be cool about this because I'm going to beat the fuck out of you on that walkway. That's kind of... Yeah, here, let's just keep... Look at all... And these guys...
I got pulled over one time by a black cop, and it's hard not to just say something. But like, this is ironic, right?
Yeah.
It's so obvious. It's so obvious. Like, what's wrong with this picture?
And the cop goes,
look at this, the old Freaky Friday pullover. Got it.
This has been a treat. What was I doing? 80 and a 50?
Write your ticket. This probably brings you a lot of joy.
Yeah.
I bet this is half of your dinner conversation.
Oh, and just for a couple knuckle pounds back at the station, I am half Anglo. So you got it. Let's keep going. This guy.
So they're trying to cuff him, but he is fighting it.
Do not fight. Look, do not fight. Do not fight. Do you understand that? No.
He's saying do not fight.
You understand that? I'm asking you right now.
This thing ramps up quick.
Okay.
Keep an eye.
All right. So right now he's being pushed down, and now the cop's going for a taser. Here we go.
Yeah.
Tasing. No.
Back up, guys. Back up.
Back up.
Got him. Here it comes.
By the way, pause it. You hear people clapping, and it's like, oh shit, we're about to watch this motherfucker get toasted.
So hypothetically, worst case, this guy's hammered and he doesn't know what he's doing. A hangover where people on the plane are clapping for you to be tased. You're like, oh, was I that big of a dickhead?
Oh, I mean, today's world, a whole plane full of people getting behind the cops, rare,
crazy.
It couldn't have been cast better.
It's like
all
three
black Miami cops.
There's not one white guy going, come on, guys, let's let up a little.
And a guy with a plantation owner mustache.
Yeah.
Like, why don't you orangutans get off of my plane?
I'm sorry that we ran out of bananas. Just fucking go for him.
I can't believe y'all aren't dancing right now. There's some sort of a voodoo ritual.
Oh, we paid for this country with cotton money. This is three cops. They're like, we're gonna fucking...
Eli Whitney was a fine man.
Yeah.
No, Johnson, watch out. No,
Here it comes.
Go ahead, Johnson. Go ahead, Johnson. Get the fuck out of here.
Now,
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Wait, what happened?
All right, we're going to tweet the video out at the Bonfire SXM, but brack it up a little bit so Kevin can watch this. He gives as he's getting tased, he gives him a look like, what's up? Is that all you fucking got? And then, by the way, Kevin, he does this, which Jay told me about, and I didn't wait to see it. He goes, get the fuck out of here, and slaps the taser.
With that taser.
Watch.
I don't know if he is rubber grounded by hatred, if he is rubber grounded by fucking black hate.
Yeah, the angry guy always prevails.
Yeah, he goes like this. He goes, by the way, you're going to need about 50,000 more volts to cut through the damage my dad did.
I've seen a fucking Mexican guy running for his life from Chris Hansen and the people over at Catch a Predator.
Yeah.
And he went outside, and I'm telling you, he goes, his words were, no, wait, bring up to Catch a Predator tasing, Christine. He went, no, wait. And they tase him, and I mean, this big dude, I mean, they hit him, and his arms freeze, and he drops immediately like as like a stiff board. This guy
slapped it out of his hand.
He's getting tased, and whether
is this it, Jay?
I mean, they're whacking him, and he slaps the guy's hand and went, "Fuck out of here with that."
I mean, he really did it like if it was like if you were flicking my chest. And I went, "Fuck you, dude. What are you doing?"
Is this it? Is it the taser?
Yeah, this is it.
This might be fast forward. It's when he goes
it's only
outside.
52 seconds.
That wasn't the one. The one's outside.
But he's running away. But go back, because I want Kevin to see this guy slap away the taser. It's fucking impressive right here. All right,
It's very impressive.
He's going for his...
Guys, back up, back up.
Back up.
Now watch him sit down on the armrest like this ain't shit.
Watch out. No, Johnson, watch out. No, Johnson, go ahead. Go ahead, Johnson. Go ahead, Johnson. Get the fuck out.
Get the fuck out of here.
Okay, you think.
By the way, you'll hear that noise again. They
Look at him, he's smiling at him.
He turns the taser on the cops.
Yeah.
And they keep whacking him, by the way. They keep getting him.
Well, hit play, Christine, so we can watch him see if they can get this guy into fucking custody.
I'm asking you now. Right, take. Have a seat, please. Woo! Yo, dog. Yeah, come up over here.
This fucking dork might be the toughest human being I've ever seen in my
this guy,
life.
they got 3 cops pushing him down, and he's still getting up.
Oh,
I mean,
man.
listen to it.
Fucking DJ Lou's going to take his course to the Learning Annex.
I don't know what he's on, but yeah, he's on some strong shit.
Yeah, you're right. Whatever he's on, he's fucking walking through a tasing. By the way, he's still up. Still up.
And by the way, I don't know if you hear the noise. They're nonstop whacking him, and you'll see he comes out on the other end of this still like, what, motherfuckers?
I mean, God
what's
damn.
up?
Good for him, though.
Fuck, he's like, fuck her in the pussy.
Yeah. You know what's a really funny thing? Is even
he stands up and goes, White Lives Matter.
Baba Booey.
Baba Booey, Howard Stern's penis.
Howard Stern's penis.
He goes, I walk with angels. I'm a fell dog angel. All right, cut that. Wait, what's he saying?
You want to move me? Let's go.
Dude, he's impervious to electricity.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, he got off that plane and they started fucking roughing him up. Bring up his mug photo, his mug shot.
They fuck his world up.
Look, it looks like.
Oh, I've never seen this.
It looks like they fucking took some wax in the fucking airway.
Hell yeah, 3 black cops. It's finally about time that happened.
Oh, somebody, one of those cops went like this. Put your phone down.
3 black cops working over a fucking.
Look at that picture.
Oy.
What would happen if you suddenly...
Maybe not. Maybe he's just... Was he on meth?
He looks like he could regularly use meth.
I mean, to walk
Some people just don't like to fly. You know what I mean? They just go like, I don't want to do it.
My sister had a baby, and this is the last reason I want to go down there.
I usually take Amtrak.
Oh, here's another video.
That would alleviate.
I'm willing to sit, but if you guys will force me, I'm not willing to do it. I mean, everybody here is seeing this.
We're seeing what a piece of shit you are.
We're seeing what a piece
I
of
will
shit.
sit, but if you do not push me down, sit. Everyone's hearing this?
I think he's drunk. He's talking like he's drunk.
Listen, as a podcast professional, I pray something that this would happen to me.
Yeah,
because it would go crazy viral, and I could talk about it for like 8 episodes.
You could just do a whole side podcast about it.
I know, so I'm almost looking for bad things to happen.
Yeah, dude, Electric Kevin, I'll be your producer.
I have never been.
Block Lou, tase Kevin.
I have never been. I've never been at a holy shit I was there event. I said my closest always is Iverson crossing over Jordan in his rookie year. It's the only thing I was ever at that people still talk about.
Yeah.
I've never been in. I drove by Lower Manhattan an hour and a half. But I started dating Carla, my ex-wife, in 2000. Mm-hmm. I think, in 2000. And a few months into our relationship, I used to drive her back to Long Island. Man, this is how much I wanted pussy, huh? I drove her back to Long Island I was coming from Philly to Manhattan every night. I'd meet her in the city, and then I would drive her back to Long Island.
Yeah.
And then drive from Long Island back to Philly.
Wow.
I was doing that every night for a while when we were dating, or at least several times a week. And I absolutely I forgot the total point of that. It was going to be great. Yeah, 9/11. Well, I dropped her off. By the time I'd get dropping her off and going home from, hanging out at the cellar till 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 in the morning, everybody's staying out until, I was driving by. So about 6 in the morning, I drove by Lower Manhattan. Jesus. And when I got home, I was hearing Howard Stern talk about what the fuck, and I went into the house with kind of like put on the news, there's something going on. So that's the close. I wasn't there for it. I wasn't in New York when it happened. I didn't have anything like that. But I really
that would have been a good podcast episode to be down there, like, right?
I love that you're
in
thinking
the
of
ash.
Historical atrocities as good podcast fodder.
Oh my God! Could you imagine if you were in that balcony with Lincoln? What a great podcast you could have done.
Imagine I'm taking a fucking 6-month backpacking trip through Da Nang, and I'm there.
I got my equipment.
Yeah, and you're going, dude, is Charlie that good at digging tunnels? And they go, I just lost my fucking leg, man. I just lost my fucking leg. My name's Cleveland.
He's like, I'm a tourist. I got water bottles, and I'm walking down Ho Chi Minh. Next thing I know.
Guys, I'm in Hawaii. It's December. I'm enjoying myself. And the next thing I know, I go on this aircraft carrier.
Wait, isn't that the Nick Mullen mustache?
I was going to say, no, it's not even. I'm looking at this kid, and I'll tell you what. Nobody in his life likes him.
Nope. That's why you could fight through that much electricity.
That's why he's hammered. That's why he's hammered on a fucking airplane. Nobody in his life really likes
He's
him.
not going to lose any friends.
Oh, Nick Mullen, don't say it was you.
No, it wasn't.
Does Nick Mullen have the mustache, like, ironically, or he just likes the way it looks?
I think
he's like the way it looks. And Nick's like, I think Nick gets laid. He's doing all right. Nick's a funny dude, man.
Really funny.
Really, really fucking funny guy. I'm trying to maybe have Nick and Stavros maybe come in on a couple of the nights for Caroline's and do guest spots on the shows.
Yeah.
That'd be fun, I think.
That'd be fucking awesome.
Come get that crossover. Yeah, that'd be a lot of fun. Kevin, thank you so much for hanging out.
Burning Bridges. You can check it out on the Compound Media Network. You can also check out the podcast Misery Loves Company, which you can download. Go to thekevinbrennan.com or kevinbrennancomedian.com for live dates. And follow Kevin Brennan 666 on Twitter.
And the same on Instagram, but I'm much more active on Twitter, if you know what I'm talking about, ladies.
Rocket.
If you feel me. Everyone be in Hilarities, Cleveland.
I got
this
you. Big
weekend.
J's going to be at Hilarities tomorrow through Saturday. If you're in Cleveland, go see Mike Finoia tonight. But make sure you check out Big J Thursday through Saturday at Hilarities in Cleveland. Then next week, Thursday through Saturday, Jay's going to be at Caroline's on Broadway. So make sure you go get tickets if you're in the tri-state area. BigJComedy.com.
Dan Soder, Rhode Island Comedy Connection. That's this weekend as well. And
you guys don't do dates together?
No.
Is that too much? Is that too much show?
No, I'll tell you what. We're
talking about it.
I'll get people amped up who's listening at home. Me and Dan are planning, and we've been approached in some ways by Comedy Central to talk about possibly doing some sort of a co-headlining tour.
Hell yeah!
Dan. And if me and Dan can get on a tour bus and just smoke pot and drive down the road and play video games, that would be insane.
It may never end.
But I will not do it without a tour bus.
Yeah,
that's the only way I'm doing that.
And Black Blue.
That's too much show.
Dan Soder's going to be in Rhode Island Comedy Connection this weekend. Everybody with Justin Silver?
Yep.
Yes. And then the Loft Comedy Club in Chicopee, Massachusetts on April 29th. That's this Sunday. Also with Justin Silver?
Yep.
After that, you can catch him at the Comedy Mix in Vancouver. Everybody, you should know this. Dan, not afraid to fart in front of Paris Hilton.
I didn't fart in front of her. I farted before she walked in the room. And
you left the biscuit was in the air for her.
It's true.
Did she acknowledge it or no?
She did not. Dan Soder.
She's a pro.
DanSoder.com. She held firm. She got her eyes on the prize.
Yeah, she gets it.
Kevin, thank you so much for hanging out with us,
Always
everybody.
a pleasure.
Enjoy Lost Tapes tomorrow live from Moon Tower. A lot of fun. You get to hear Jacob go full-blown heel.
Oh, it's great.
And we will be back with you live next Monday. Black Lou, you finally get to go home and whack off to that Paris Hilton porn.
I bet there's heat radiating off your crotch right now.
I'll tell you what, I think I'm going to knock one out to it as soon as I get my hotel tomorrow.
The same.
I might just do it while I look at Christine. I might be pointing Christine to the other room while I get off to a Paris Hilton porn tonight. And just while I'm jerking off, just constantly pointing goes out. We love you guys. We'll be live back on Monday.
Bye.
It's the Bonfire. Crackle, crackle.